Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. This is day 4 of World Watercolor Month, and as you can see I have this little sketch here, and I have my Derwent Graphitint paints here, and my Artigria premium quality watercolor art brushes. It is synthetic squirrel. I really like these brushes. They have all different sizes, including these are the biggest brushes I have. So yeah. So anyway, I have so many pictures of my dad out in the garden. We have a garden kind of with a fence like this. I've simplified it a lot. There's a lot more slats on our fence. I did this little pencil sketch. Now, this guy bending over looks just like my dad, but I found a tutorial online called Watercolor Figure Sketch, The Importance of Sketching Step by Step. It's an 8-minute tutorial. It just went up this week. It's by Matthew White. He's really talented. I like him. I'm subscribed to his channel. And basically he gives a lot of tips. This isn't like a tutorial where he shows you how to paint this. It's like a really quick tutorial showing painting loose and how he did it, but not like a step-by-step. But the guy in his image looks just like my dad bending over. He had an image of some guy that he found, and so anyway, his has the man in the pail, and then a very loose watercolor sketch behind, and I just added the lilac trees and the fence and some pots over here, and this could be my dad. So I made my pail taller because my dad's pail is taller than the one that he sketched. My dad has all those big white pails, and this is just very loosely done. And the word of the day is fade. So I'm using the Graphitint because they're like a faded color. This is what the swatches look like. So they look very faded. And the garden in the spring after the snow melts looks very faded. You can never believe looking at the garden after the snow melts that there will ever be anything alive in it. You know? And it always shocks me when it comes to life again in the spring when the weather gets good and all the things grow, because everything's totally dead and it's just like blanched of all color. It's just dirt and a little bit of green that's like yellow, and yeah. So anyway, I have already wet these Derwent Inktints Graphitints, but I'm going to give them another wetting. Now I have a water brush that did not come with this Derwent set. It's just one of my own because theirs doesn't fit in here. But I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to use these. So anyway, I am going to stop talking and I'll come back at the end. I'll probably do a voiceover or else play music. I'm not sure which in the middle. But anyway, I don't know how this is going to come out. This is not cotton paper. This is an Artist Loft sketchbook. It is pulp paper, so it's not the greatest for wet on wet, but that's okay. And I think I'm just going to use this size brush for now, and then I'll move to a smaller brush later. This is the size 10 Artigria. So I'm going to do the background first in a light green, just a very simple wash, and then I'll let it dry, and then I'll paint the guy, my dad, and yeah, we'll see how it comes. All right, let's get going. All right, so I am mixing up a light yellowy green for the background, and I'm just going with a very watery paint. And I'm slowly going around the background, and then I decide just to go over the whole fence too, because it'll be easy to go over it with just darker color once it's dry. And now I am mixing some earth colors, and I'm just quickly doing the bottom. Now in the tutorial, it was a very loose watercolory painting. I don't know how to explain it, but I ended up doing it. I ended up filling the whole page instead of just letting it kind of drift off into nothing, because I'm not using cotton paper and I can't get those nice kind of dissolvey edges. So anyway, so I tried splashing some paint on, and then I started adding some green in the background because it seemed too yellow. So even though this is going to be early spring, we do have hedges in the background, and I don't know, I just wanted some light color like the sun was coming through and kind of greeny. So now I'm working on the silhouette on the figure, and it's a very it's very much of a challenge for me to have to do figures. So I was really glad that I did this. So I'm trying to keep some of the lights in there and then go in with the darks where it would be darker on the fabric. And I'm going over with the pants again and doing the same thing, trying to keep it light and then going with the dark. And this is from following the tutorial by Matthew White, which is a really great tutorial. And I'm using the same color as the top and the hat for the pail so that there's more harmony. I want this to be more of a limited palette. And now I'm just going through with the darker parts and trying to keep the lights. And then I go over it with water to smooth the edges. And now I'm painting the little tiny pots that are on top of the fence in the same color. In real life, that fence continues for like another page, and there's a bunch of pots lining it. So now I am painting in the fence just very lightly, and the paint will dry lighter because I want the background just to be background and not important, but I want it to have a little wee bit of detail. And I've simplified the fence a lot too. And now I am doing the little lilac tree that's in the corner of the fence, just the branches. And I'm painting in my dad's face and with a very watery color. Now I'm using a thicker blue and I'm applying it to try to show where the dark shades are. Just because I want the figure and the pail to be the things that stand out the most in this painting. And maybe some of the garden right close up in the foreground. But the garden is just like all dirt and leaves that have fallen off our lilac tree and maple keys and maple leaves that went all brown and everything. I'm doing that real early spring right after the snow has melted and it warms up enough to start planting. So now I'm doing the same thing on the pants. I'm just darkening where the shadows are and trying to leave some light from where the sun would be. And I added some black to the yellow glove. And that's all from the tutorial as well, the glove. The figure and the pail are from the tutorial, and the rest is just my stuff. So now I put a little shadow where my dad is standing and where the pail is. And then I decided I like that color, so I'm darkening my dad's face because it would be in shadow. And I'm just adding some more dark spots here and there. As I figured it needed, I'm just dry brushing it at that point. And now I'm adding dark to the pail because the thing is, the paint looks fine when it's wet, but then it dries later. And then I have to go back in and make it darker. So this is the third layer of paint on the figure and the pail. And now I'm making the branches look a little better. And I'm planting the seeds. Okay, guys, so I am back and I am done. I think the best that I could do for World Watercolor Month, I really wanted to challenge myself, and figures are really hard for me. So thank you so much, Matthew White, for this wonderful tutorial. I couldn't have done this without you. The tutorial is totally his guy, his pail, and all I did was add my backyard and garden around it because my dad is like always in this position, and I changed the colors to what my dad wears. And yeah, I'm super happy. Now the only thing is, I don't know if this is going to be dark enough. I have painted the guy in the pail and the hat 3 or 4 times trying to make it darker so you can see the contrast from where the light is hitting and the shadow, and my paint keeps drying later. So I don't know that I want to go over it more. And also in the painting, Matthew did it much looser than I did. I did it loose, but he left a lot of blank spots, and I seem to be incapable of doing that. So yeah, but I'm still happy with how it turned out. And I wanted it, because the prompt was faded, I wanted it to look faded. So yeah, that's why the Graphitint was really perfect for this. So let's see what it looks like without the tape. Let's take these off. And let's see, my favorite part, yay. Yeah, instantly looks so much better, right? And now this one, oh, look at, you can see where I went above with the paint all the way up. Oh, I'm ripping the paper a little bit. I'm really shocked because this paper doesn't, this tape usually doesn't rip the paper at all. Alrighty, I gotta be more careful. Yeah, the paper's ripping this time. Well, that's not good. And there. Oh, it looks so much better without the tape on. I am instantly so much happier with this. Alright, so it's my dad in the garden, courtesy of a Matthew White tutorial. I'm really happy. This is, like, our garden looks like this. I simplified our fence. Our fence does have these kind of X slats, but, like, there's way more. So I simplified it. That's our little dead, well, it looks dead, lilac tree in the background because this painting was supposed to take place in early spring. There's nothing growing. And my dad is just planting seeds and picking up, like, sticks and stuff that fell in the garden. I have so many pictures of my dad in exactly this pose, and I'm so happy that I found this tutorial. You guys, it's just an 8-minute tutorial called Watercolor Figure Sketch, the importance of sketching step by step. Go watch it. It's wonderful. Matthew White is really good. Anyway, super happy with how this turned out. Hopefully I won't have to go back. I think it is dry. What do you think? Is there enough contrast in my man in pale? I wanted most of the contrast to be in the man in the pail. I used my Derwent Graphitint because I thought that would give it a nice faded look. And I just tried to put more color in the foreground, but just keep it loose. So yeah, happy. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of those good things that help as a channel. And by the way, this took me a little bit over an hour. I think like an hour and 5 minutes to make. So I'm really happy with that. And it's, I forgot to tell you, it is in this Artist Loft sketchbook. It's 8.5 by 11. And I'm not used to painting this big. I am quite enjoying it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that like button, the subscribe, the notification bell. All of those good things that help as a channel. And most importantly of all, take care, stay safe, and happy painting, and happy World Watercolor Month. Bye, guys.